What's going on, everybody? Today I am going to be ranking my favorite modular buildings in my LEGO collection, and I know the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum aren't technically in the modular series, but I'm going to include them in my ranking anyway. So let's get right on into the 10th pick, which is, of course, the LEGO Creator Pet Shop. Now, the first floor and the exterior of this are very detailed. I really like the pet shop sign, and I like the parrots that you can see in the window, and I love this walkway with the stairs. And the second floor also has some nice flowers outside, and I really like the curved window. And I also like this balcony on the top floor as well. And the roof is basic, but it does look good. What I like about this is you can split up the two buildings, which you can only do with the bookshop. And the back looks kind of simple. There's this cool cellar in the back, which I like a lot, and you can also see a window, and there's this nice rooftop garden, which is nice. And the pet shop's kind of planned from the back, but there is this little mouse hole at the bottom. And the actual interior of the pet shop is very nice. I love the tiles and all of the pets on display. I think it looks great. And the second floor has a nice little apartment. I think my favorite details in this are the fireplace and the kitchen setup. And then there's also a loft on the third floor. Then when we go into the townhouse, the only floor that's furnished is actually this first floor, and every other floor is not detailed at all, which is why this is at number 10. But the number 9 pick is the Sanctum Sanctorum set that came out last year. And I really like the exterior details. I love the sticker pieces on here, and the trees also look really nice and add some much needed greenery to the set. And I really like how you can kind of pose a lot of minifigures on it, and there's tons of other small details off to the side as well, which is really nice, and it has a lot of Marvel references to it. Even more interesting is on the back, there's also more details, such as sticker pieces and random details, even though you don't really see that too much. And I really like the second floor a lot. The windows look really great, and I love all of the columns, but this really shines on the roof, I would say. And I love the big window in the center of this. And the very top is kind of plain. It just has like a garden and some space for minifigs. And the interior looks really cool. I love the grand staircase and all of these sticker elements that they use. You can remove this to also get a look at these two back rooms, which are nice. And this just has one of the sacred books in the Doctor Strange movies. And the second floor is probably my favorite. It's got this big Gargantos inside of it, which looks kind of crazy. And there's also these two bookshelves, which are really cool. I love the skeleton skull, and there's some chairs and a bunch of other just like magic runes. And what's also cool about the second floor is you can actually open this door and see all of these different destinations in the background, which is a really nice play feature inside of this set. And the third floor just has various artifacts, and it's kind of boring, but I feel like you can't beat that window shot right there. It looks very nice, I would say. And overall, this is just a really nice set. And now getting into my 8th pick, we have the Palace Cinema, the most recent addition to my LEGO Modular Building display. And what I really like about this, I love these printed sidewalk pieces with the stars, and these sticker pieces that they use on the exterior also look really nice. I really wish they were printed elements, but it still looks good despite that. And I like the palace sign that's brick built, which is pretty cool. And it has these two big doors, and I love just all the different details on the sidewalk. And I love these ticket counters as well with the big windows. Looks very nice. And there's these lights as well too. And on the second floor, I like the usage of the skeleton legs to kind of have this nice little railing. And I really like the arches that they have too in the nice little windows. And I think where this set really shines in the exterior is on the roof. I love all of these individual cylinder pieces they use for it, but the actual backside of the roof is very boring. It has nothing on it except for this rooftop access panel. But the interior is pretty cool as well. I would say I like these ticket counters down here, and you can see the movie posters are continued on the interior, and there's also this nice little concession stand, and then we of course have the staircase leading into the main theater room, which of course has the sticker piece for the movie that they are watching. I think it looks pretty nice, and we also have enough space for 6 minifigures to watch the movie, and we have the movie projector behind it. I think the set's really good. It's just, I think the interior details could have been a bit better. Maybe it could have benefited from a third floor as well, but it's still a really good set, I would say. Like, all of the sets in this ranking are fantastic, so this being at number 8 does not say it's a bad set at all. I love this set a lot. But anyway, let's get into our number 7 pick. And so the number 7 pick is, of course, going to be the Police Station Modular Building. I really like the shape of this modular. It's very tall, and I love the color scheme as well. I like this bench, and there's also this cool donut shop sign, and The trees look kind of interesting. I also like the steps leading into the main police station. There are no stickers in the set. All of these are prints, and this newsstand's really cool too. And what I really like is the reference to the brick bank with that big billboard on the side here. And there's a lot of texture in the walls. It doesn't look like super flat, which is good. And I love this big vine that kind of is all around the police station. I think that's really cool. And they also use some interesting parts for the roof, like there's an egg. And they also use these upside down Minecraft wolf heads too up top here, which I thought was a very interesting building technique. Can't say I've seen that before. And you can also see a small little water tower up here, but the roof of the actual police station is very bland. But towards the back of the donut shop, you can see this nice little fire escape, which is nice. And there is also this hole that a prisoner has chiseled out to try and escape the police station. And then moving into the interior, the donut shop is probably my favorite part of the interior of the set. I love the pastries on display, and you can also see a tiled flooring and a small table as well. And then the police station is detailed with a water cooler, as well as some stairs and a desk, and you can also see some walkie-talkies. And inside of the prison cell it's very compact, but what's cool is you can actually lift it up and you can see where a prisoner has tried to escape. And then of course we just have the stairs leading outside, and of course going into the second floor, which first thing we'll look at is this nice little apartment. I like it a lot. I really like the record player, and it even has this compact little kitchen in it as well too. And what's cool about this, you can actually lift the bed up for the donut thief to steal some donuts from the shop. And then the second floor of the police station is cool as well too. I like the telephone and the typewriter, but what really stands out to me is this evidence wall. I love how they use the rubber band piece to kind of simulate a trail of clues, and then they've got this mugshot counter as well, which looks pretty nice as well. And then moving on to the third floor, we have ourselves these two doorways, and one leads to an interrogation room. You can see kind of a little recorder, and there's also a very small, very compact bathroom inside of here. And then there's also this evidence room to the side here. And I really like this set. I love the purple color scheme in the donut shop. It's great, but it kind of just fits into the city, which is why it's so low on this ranking. But let's get into our next pick, which is going to be the new to 2023 Jazz Club set. I think this set gets too much hate. I really like this corner entrance right here, and I love these printed pieces right here with the live music all night and the big jazz club sign. And I also really like all of the sidewalk details as well, and the pizzeria looks great too. I love the flowers to the side, and the big awnings as well look great, and it's just got a lot of flowers on it, and it's a very unique color. I love that yellow, and you can see a nice little greenhouse on the very top. And what I also like about the Jazz Club are these stained glass windows. I don't think I've seen those before in a LEGO Modular Building set, and they look great. And the roof also has a lot of detail on it as well, though the actual top of it, very boring. There's just a rooftop access and a little squirrel's nest right here. But towards the back, you can see a little wood stash for the pizzeria, and you can see a small little balcony back here. And it's kind of boring, but it still looks nice, I would say. But this set really shines in the interior, I would say. That's what makes this so high on my list. I love the ticket counter, and just the first floor of the Jazz Club is fantastic. I love the stage and all the seats. It truly is my favorite interior in a modular building, I would say. There's also this really nice bathroom, very compact. I don't know what it is with modular buildings and the compact bathrooms, but it seems to be a staple for them. And then the pizzeria also looks cool. I like the tiled floor, and then there's also the wood-burning stove, as well as, or I guess the brick oven. And then there's these stairs that lead up to the second floor, which is pretty cool. There's a small hallway right here, and we can see the door to the tailor and also towards the outdoor balcony. But probably the best room in the second floor is the manager's office of the Jazz Club. They have this nice little view over the stage, and I really like this record player as well with the printed record piece. I think it looks fantastic. There's some art on the wall, and the actual desk is cool too. I like the kind of curved angle, and the tailor shop's cool too. There's a sewing machine, and there's various fabrics and a mannequin, and there's also a small little fireplace included here, though it is kind of bland compared to the rest of the set. And then of course we have the stairs that lead up to the final floor, which has this small hallway. You can see a plant, and here is the actual backstage area for the Jazz Club performers. I love the art on the wall as well as the couch, and there's this nice little mirror right here as well too, which looks nice. And here's the ladder that leads to the roof, and then there's this door which leads to our greenhouse, which I also really like. I think this is the first greenhouse we've gotten in a LEGO modular building, and it looks great. There's lots of plants inside of it, and I think this set's really good. The interior is definitely where it shines the most, but it fits in with the city and looks great. And onto our number 5 pick is the Boutique Hotel. This is one of my favorite modular buildings they've recently released. I think it's amazing. I love the El Cubo Fine Art Gallery. All of these are printed pieces. There's this nice little sculpture to the side, and I like those stairs. And I also really like this piece right here. It references some of the other modular buildings, which is nice. It's a little billboard advertising certain events in the city. And the sidewalk pattern looks really nice too. And there's a printed tile for the hotel. And I like these bushes off to the side. And you also get a little coffee cart as well too, which I thought was nice. And then you can see there's also this small balcony towards the side. And I really like these flag pieces. And this window towards the front looks fantastic. Love that. And there's this little archway which leads onto this rooftop bar to the El Cubo Fine Art Gallery, which looks great. I like the bar and the plant pieces, and there's a few tables up here, and towards the back it's just a dumpster. But inside of the El Cubo Fine Art Gallery, you can see a few pieces of art, and I think they look really nice. I definitely like the cube the most. And then moving on to the hotel interior, you can see this really nice floor plan as well as this cart. There's the room keys and a bunch of other details as well. I like the art piece inside of here as well, and the flowers. There's also this couch right here, which I like the maroon color scheme, and there are stairs leading up to the second floor. And in the second floor, we have this very, very compact hallway, but there's 2 hotel rooms. The first one we'll look at is the smaller of the 2. It just has a bed and a desk and a dresser, but what this room gets that's really cool is this is the one that has the access to the balcony, so I think I prefer that room. And then this is a slightly larger room. It's at a weird angle, but it has this nice little view of the window, and then there's of course a bed and a typewriter as well as a little lamp, and there's also this small dresser. And then you can see the stairs, which it's very tight, but it leads up to the penthouse suite, which is definitely the nicest out of all of them, and it takes up the entire floor. But the first detail is this big cabinet. You've got this big sofa as well as a bed with a chocolate bar on it. You can also see these 2 doors, one leading to the outside, the other into the bathroom, and I like this television as well as the lamp. The bathroom's very small, but I think it looks really cool though. I like all of the details inside of here, even the mirror. And you can also see they have this nice little balcony out front too, which is nice. And what I really like about this set too is the roof details. The roof details are just fantastic. It looks amazing. I love the green color scheme as well. And what makes this even better is this big kind of like, I don't know what to call it, but that big spiral. And then I also really like the skylight. And I honestly love these snake pieces on the side too, and this is easily one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time. I love all the details. It fits in perfectly with your LEGO city, and it just looks fantastic. It's very, very impressive, I would say. And moving into our number 4 pick is actually the biggest LEGO modular building ever released. It is the Assembly Square set. And I really like this cafe. I like the awning and the outdoor seating, as well as the reference to the cafe corner LEGO set with that sign, and it's got some nice little sidewalk tiles as well. And there's this big fountain that makes this look like kind of like the town square, I would say. There's even more outdoor seating. Towards the florist, you can see this little alleyway entrance, which looks nice. And then I like the roses that advertise the florist, which looks pretty cool. And then there's a nice little pretzel sign where the bakery is. And I think just the outside architecture of this set's fantastic. There's a printed piece advertising the dentist, and then there's I love these Mjolnirs that they used for the roof of the, I think that's the photography studio. And I just love the colors they use in this set. This roof is very reminiscent of the Grand Emporium, and there's a skylight on top of it, as well as another rooftop access panel. And I think just the roof elements in this set are just fantastic. And towards the back of Assembly Square, we could see there's these stairs leading up to the other floors of the modular building, and I really like this rooftop patio as well. It looks fantastic, I would say. And the interior of the blue building, the first floor, is this nice cafe. It's detailed with an espresso bar, and this is probably another one of my favorite interiors, I would say. Right above it, we've got this really nice music store detailed with several instruments. I love the saxophone and the drum set. It's very nice, and there's also some guitars on the wall as well. And the top floor is actually a ballet studio. There's a really nice piano. What I really like is this mirror piece as well. They hardly ever throw those in with LEGO sets. And then moving on to the bakery, there's a big wedding cake as well as a display case, several pastries on sale, and then there's actually a open hallway which leads straight into the florist, which has a parrot in it, and it just looks fantastic, I would say. I also really like this dentist's office. I think just the waiting room and all the details inside of it are great. And there's a door leading right into the photography studio. And then my favorite room is the LEGO fans apartment. It has a big LEGO city as well as the LEGO Eiffel Tower, which is pretty cool. There's also a nice little kitchen, and there's actually some modular buildings on the shelf too. And I also really like this super compact bathroom. And this set retires at the end of the year, so definitely pick this one up. One of my favorites. It fits in perfectly with any city. And our number 3 pick is going to be the Parisian restaurant. This set is just fantastic. I love the first floor with the outdoor seating and all of the greenery in this set too. It just really brings it together, I would say. I love the signage, and there's a bench outside. Also, this kind of rooftop dining they have up here with the several seating options, and there's the plants and the lamps. Looks great. I also really like this balcony towards the front, and they have several of these feather pieces detailing the roof, and they even have white croissants and clamshells, and it just looks fantastic. I also really like this chimney as well. The chimney looks great, and this set just is perfect, I would say. The interior is even better. This first floor, which has the nice little wine cabinet, looks great. And probably my favorite part is the kitchen. I love the tiled floors, and this big turkey as well as a fridge and just everything you would need for a upscaled restaurant. And there's also these curtains in the dining area as well, which look really nice. And moving on to the second floor, we have a nice little apartment which has a lamp as well as a fireplace and a small coffee table and a seat. And there's also this fold-out bed, so you can actually fold it up like that or fold it back down for when the minifigure needs to sleep. And there's a nice compact kitchen and dining room. And then the third floor is able to be opened up by just removing this panel, and you can see a nice little art studio. And I really like the paintings here as well. And this set is just fantastic. I can see why it's a fan favorite. I love the olive green color scheme, and it just looks great, I would say. And moving on to my second favorite modular building in my LEGO collection, it is the detective's office. And right off the bat, I really like the printed window pieces here, as well as this newsstand. I think that's really nice. And I like the kind of dark green pieces right here in the stained glass in front of the Highlander pool bar. And I like the little wigs on display here. And I love this, looks just like the pet shop, the owl's sign. And the color scheme is great in this as well. I really like this red pool sign that's in front of the detective's office, which has a printed window piece, and these actually use bionicle arms as the roof. And there's also Unikitty tails. Like, it's very, very unique. And I like the skylight, and there's another water tower up here. And from the back, it doesn't look as cool, but it's still presentable. And the interior is also great. I love the pool hall the most, I would say. There's a big trophy, as well as a dartboard, and the pool table, and there's also some I think it's pool sticks or cue sticks, I don't know. And then there's also the barber shop, which looks great. I like the tiled floor, and there's this mirror piece as well. And you can see a broom and just a few other details as well. And then the next floor has a very compact bathroom. And then you can also see the entrance leading into the detective's office, which is very cluttered, but I like it a lot. It looks really, really nice, I would say. And there's actually a secret behind this painting, so that's able to rotate around. And then the very top floor is the smallest floor, and it just has some stairs and a very small kitchen inside of here. But this set is very nostalgic to me, and I love the color scheme and the building technique, so that's why it's my second favorite. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into my favorite modular building set, which is the Daily Bugle. And right off the bat, there is this like insane looking Sandman like statue right here. And then I love the sticker pieces for the Daily Bugle, and the newsstand's also very nice as well. And the billboard stands out and just looks fantastic. And I also really like this fire escape that goes and stretches out throughout the entire building, as well as this big explosion towards the center. And there's just so much detail here. I love this Daily Bugle signage as well. There's a big satellite and another water tower, so that's 3 in the city so far. And even from the back of the set, it still looks good. There's a little patio, or I guess a balcony up here. And there's an old, worn down sign and a few birds' nests as well. You can see some stickers on the back of there. And then there's also the lobby, which has this nice TV screen. And there's some newspapers on the top, as well as the elevator, which looks nice. I like the green carpet. And there's a little waiting room and a vending machine. The second floor is the bullpen, and it has a few computers and desks and some TV monitors, as well as a big stack of newspapers as well. And I think I like this one a lot. There's also a water cooler towards the back. You can see the elevator continue. And then this is Peter Parker's office, which looks great. I love all of the clutter inside of here. And then the top floor is, of course, the man himself, J. Jonah's office. I like all of the artifacts he has on his desk, and then we also have his receptionist's desks as well, which has a nice little computer here, and I like the TV screen, and J. Jonah's screen is even more funny, and this set just has so much detail in it. I love it. It's one of my favorite sets ever released, and it's just a perfect LEGO set, I would say. But that's my ranking of the LEGO Modular Buildings in my collection, so let me know what y'all think of my ranking. Do you agree or disagree with it? And as always, thank y'all so much for watching, and definitely leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know what you think. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.